I once taught a lesson on transparency. Being transparent while expressing the importance of revealing the dark secrets that haunt us. The things that we lock away in the vault of our mind, believing that if we don't talk about them, they'll no longer exist. You see, I found that we tend to keep those things hidden in our lives because they bring us shame. Whatever we've encountered that causes humiliation, embarrassment, or hurt, whether it was self-inflicted or at the hands of others, eventually turns into shame. Shame makes you believe that you're the only one who's experienced it. Shame makes you believe that you could have done more to prevent it. Shame makes you believe that you'll be ridiculed and judged if you expose it. Those who have been molested, those who have experienced physical abuse, both men and women, those who experience the void of absentee fathers, those who have or continue to struggle with alcohol addiction, pornography addiction, drug addiction, numerous failed relationships, or having a child out of wedlock. Or maybe you've experienced a failed marriage, or made a choice to have an abortion early in your life that you now regret you had. In most of these cases, if not all of these cases, shame steps in and convinces you that it's better to keep these things a secret because you'll be looked at differently. You'll be treated differently, and you'll be labeled as a failure. So we hide these things we're ashamed of, making them hidden secrets, making them hidden sin. And instead of exposing, we reflect. We reflect the strongest image that opposes our weaknesses. So those who were molested spend their life proving that their manhood or womanhood is intact. Those that were victimized become bullies. Those who were abandoned represent independent spirits who parade around acting like nothing bothers them, while internally they look for acceptance. The lustful try to convince others that their marriage is stronger than what it is, while pornography is the third person in that relationship. Alcohol is reflected as social drinking. Drugs are reflected as intellectual thinking, while failed relationships and other issues are never discussed. And it would be one thing if that ended there, but shame has a follower. He's called Shadow. Have you ever noticed that shame walks with a shadow? How is that, you ask? Simple. A shadow is an area of darkness created when a source of light is blocked. Not only does shame block personal exposure, but the darkness that it projects causes others to be held captive also. That's why we tell each other things like, people don't need to know your business. Or we say things like, you know, we were raised not to talk about what happened. We just don't discuss it. At the same time, extending that shadow, that shame, from generation to generation. But when we read Ephesians chapter 5, verses 13 and 14, we see that shame no longer has power over the believer. For the things that once held us captive, or the things that continue to hinder us, we turn over to Jesus Christ. As it reads, but when anything is exposed by the light, it becomes visible. For anything that becomes visible is light. Therefore it says, awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Saints, exposing what has shamed you for so long not only brings instant relief to you, it also gives hope to someone else who has been held captive and is in need of the light of Christ. As Romans chapter 10 verse 11 reads, for the scripture says, everyone who believes in him will not be put to shame. Blessings.